Manly United Football Club.
Good evening and welcome to Cromer Park for this round 3 NPL New South Wales men's clash between Manly United and Mount Druitt Town Rangers. We do apologise for the quite delayed kickoff, but the referees, of course, not wanting to take any chance with the lightning around the area, waiting for what was quite a torrential storm really to dissipate. The rain has certainly cleared, the skies are clearing. Players are ready for kickoff. Of course, this match was meant to be played at Popondetta Park. The rain there even worse, which is why we're at Cromer again this week. As we get underway, Manly United, the home team of course, their blue and red kit, Mount Druitt in yellow and green. Trying to get a gauge of the conditions in the warm-ups for both sides. We saw the rain last week, meaning the ball held up in the surface quite a bit, not skidding on like you might expect otherwise. Manly on the attack early, as we've seen already in these opening 2 rounds of NPL New South Wales action. The idea is to play it out from the back. Down this right-hand side, the ball from Paul to Parkhouse. Doesn't find him, it will be a throw-in for Mount Druitt. It's Darko on this near touchline looking to find a teammate. Throw inside, met with a bit of pressure, but then played out to this right-hand side for Mount Druitt. Swung in, an early tester. Goes across the face, wisely left. Goal kick, Manly United. Neither side with a win yet in this season. Manly United with that opening round loss to Wollongong 2-1, then a 1-1 draw here at Cromer Park against Sydney FC. Home side, can they get their first win of the season, or will Mount Druitt play the role of party poopers? The ball played down this right-hand side, cleared away by Mount Druitt. Heading inside, Paul with a touch to Chalakian. Inside ball. Ferguson looking to play it into Fox. Fox playing it back now. Manly more than happy to be patient when in possession. It's Ortred looking to go down the line, not seeing anything. Again, into Ferguson. The ball played wide. A little back heel down the line. Doesn't come off. Mount Druitt. Chance to break down their right-hand side. Balderson. The good challenge and an effective challenge. And we saw last week. He is in everything. 100% commitment on the ball. And if he doesn't have it, he's winning it back one way or another. Parkhouse it was, looking to steal that one. Coming in from the right-hand side. A tricky one there for Missio. Mount Druitt do regain possession here on the right-hand side of their attack. First time ball swung in. Oh, chesting that away. Mount Druitt. They make an early inroad here. Sato looking to go inside. Unable to do so, but will be an early corner kick for Mount Druitt. Ball played in short, does find a Mount Druitt player. Eventually it is cleared. It was Mount Druitt who lost 1-0 to Blacktown City in the opening match for them. Up in the top tier of NPL, New South Wales men's. And then unfortunately their game last week, as we had mentioned, being rained out. Sydney Olympic, the other team affected by that. It was just, of course, postponed. It will be replayed at a later date, but it does mean both teams without a win just yet. We're one of them. Got to find the way through. It's Paul playing it in. Ball looks like a good one. Unfortunately for Manly United, they couldn't get it under control. It is Taneski, the starting striker this evening. Jamie Glover had started the first two games for Manly. He is sitting on the bench. Taneski getting his opportunity. Manly, of course, only 2 goals in their 2 games so far, both from a centre-back. Sam Gallagher. Last week, with a header from a corner, you might expect that. What we didn't expect was his round 1 belter from 40 yards out. His header and performance last week was enough to get him into the team of the week. It's his centre-back partner, Orchard, with a heavy challenge. Blake Thompson standing over it. He's told to get forward immediately. Gomez it is who plays it wide. First time ball inside, well read by Balderson. Ferguson playing it wide to Paul. Treads it on, the return ball not perfect, but it's doing a job. Chalakian now under heavy attention, expect a lot of that throughout the night. Attacking midfielder. Always looks to do something when he's on the ball. You have to at least give him that. That's Paul, Kieran Paul on this right-hand side, the throw-in. Into that man, Chalakian. Evades the first challenge. Referee waves play on here. The outside of the foot pass. Not good enough, but it's Fox playing it wide to Balderson. Plays it onto his favoured right foot. Looks for the finish over the crossbar. An early sighted goal for the home team. With Balderson on the left-hand side, Parkhouse on the right, both those men will look to go infield with their favoured, preferred foot, as opposed to swinging in some crosses, which is what we've seen a lot of from Manly so far. Maybe they want to play a little bit more directly. It's Paul going through Darko, trying to go one more. It's Sato who cleans up brilliantly before Saliadaire boots it away, but it's the home team with the possession at the moment. Gallagher down the middle. Finds Fox quite well. Fortunately for Manly, Taneski couldn't complete his pass under, admittedly, not a lot of pressure. Mount Druitt's time to pass it out from the back. And why not? Mamone plays it down the line. Mount Druitt trying to go on the break. Gallagher with a big swing. Not much contact, but gets the job done the second time. Now he can play it out. Goes into Ferguson, who's met with a Very heavy challenge. Looks to get right up and play it early. But if you go to ground, likely the referee will stop play, and he certainly do so if there's an injury to a member of the opposition here. Try and let you know who that is as soon as possible. The physio called out. Not quite sure what type of injury this is, but a chance for the players to get some instructions. Looks like it could be an ankle injury here. Getting some treatment from the physio. Not that Dylan Mitchell could care any less. We heard a very passionate Dylan Mitchell last week. Sort of words of encouragement and some of rebuke for his team. He certainly believed the team could get a late winner against Sydney FC last week. Not to be. Thankfully, the player is up now. I believe it is Fernandez. I'll try and confirm that for you in a moment. Good to see him standing up. Not a lot of action on the Mount Druitt bench, so you'd think he'll be back in play shortly. Can Manly make the most of this numerical advantage, at least in the short term? Long ball over the top. The player is onside. It's left. Balderson wanting it back so much. He's not going to get it, however. Now it goes all the way back to Fox. Space on the right-hand side. Parkhouse, who was man of the match last week, into Paul. Plays it inside the area. Slightly heavy touch means now Druitt have a moment to recover. Good battle for the ball there. A bit of holding from both players. And in fact, it's Orchard who's going to get the free kick there. Okay. Looked like a 50-50 to me. And in fact, he complained when the whistle was blown. Stopped that complaint when he found out it was actually for his side. Now Druitt. That's a hold-up play that time. Playing it out. To the left. Sato. A ball inside. Very well dealt with by Missio, however. Under a bit of pressure. Not only does he get it out of the area, plays it to his teammate in Balderson. It's Balderson he looks for there. Cut out for Manly United. It's crossfield switch. A little bit ambitious. Not read by his teammate. And we have another Mount Druitt player down. Once again clutching, it looks like an ankle. Here's Sato. He'd taken some good early touches. Some of the Manly United home support not happy with these stoppages. Don't think we can call it time wasting or suggest anything of the sort, particularly at this early stage. Once again, it is an ankle problem for a Mount Druitt player. This time, the subs are being readied, rather. Dom Ferguson standing over, sportingly asking if everything's quite okay. Very stop-start beginning to this game. Of course, the delay with the thunderstorms around the area. Maybe it's something to do with those warm-ups. Don't worry about the stop-start nature of the game. The stop-start nature of training potentially meaning an early substitution for the away side. Dare I say, a double substitution. It's just going to be the one for now, it looks like. We'll keep you posted. try and keep up with the play. Manly United getting this ball back now. Fox throwing his man to the ground. Referee once again happy with a bit of physicality, which we don't mind. Lovely ball over the top. Parkhouse will get onto this one. First time with his right foot. Doesn't find a player inside the Manly penalty area. Attacking penalty area, rather. Does receive possession back now. Paul and Parkhouse looking to work the 1-2.
Coming off the field was number 10, Fabrizio Fernandez, and he was replaced by number 15, Cooper Koskeri.
And it is Koskeri who comes onto the pitch. Fernandez was the first player to go down. So I'm sure you saw on the vision in his attacking area, went down after an attacking move. That substitution was made with Koskeri coming on, and it will be this second sub now. Sato tried to continue. Now the boot, the shin pads, they're all off. That means a second enforced substitution. Zapata will be coming on for Sato.
Substitution for Mount Druitt coming off the field is number 2, Hiton Sato, and he's replaced by number 14, Felipe Zapata.
Do love the ground announcer here at Cromer Park. Normally let him get the change announced before I try and go for it, but I was a bit worried we'd missed that first one. Got to be on our game here at Cromer Park, as Manly United will certainly want to be. 2 early subs for Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Obviously, some freshness, but maybe a lack of cohesion for the opposition. How will they be tested as this game goes on? Manly through Ferguson. Playing it to Parkhouse, who goes back to Orchard, now to Fox. Ferguson's ball, unfortunately for Manly, doesn't find the mark. Orchard believed he was taken down. Mount Druitt, though, playing on. The shot on goal. Well saved from Dylan Mitchell. It's Boyajian with the attempt. Straight down the throat, really, of Mitchell. We did say it early. Hopefully it is consistent throughout the match. Referee more than happy with some physicality, as long as it's not crossing the line. Which is good to see. It is a contact sport after all. Does look like more of a 4-2-3-1 shape for Manly. You can see that slight change of the defensive mids. Chalakian definitely as a pure attacking mid, and it's he who plays it back to Orchard. Ferguson trying to find the feet of Teneski, who gets it back with a little back heel, only as far as the defender. Now Druitt fighting hard to keep possession. Koskeri does very well initially before the double team from Manly. Does the business. Parkhouse looking for a little bit of something cheeky himself. All it means is possession is lost as the ball is spread down the right-hand side for Mount Druitt, who haven't had a lot of possession and yet arguably created the more dangerous opportunities on the break. The ball played in. Players on both sides would be best served to put the back heel away for just a few moments. Koskeri playing it into the area. The header is acrobatic, but not on target. Boyadjan again with the effort, but it was a bit behind him. Dylan Mitchell will get us back underway. Was Darko on this near touchline with the early good walk to get Mount Druitt underway. It's he who's under this ball. Leaves it wisely for Sally Adair to take a touch. Thompson goes back out to Darko. Mount Druitt keeping the ball, but not really going anywhere. Be their throw down the line. Parkhouse told to turn and face. Darko, the throw forward. Heavy attention. The referee once more sees nothing wrong with it. Boyajian looking to hold it up, unable to do so. And that will suit Manly just fine. First time ball to Parkhouse. Keeps it in play. Tries to get it back to Taneski. Very good defending though. Need that from your centre back. Once again, a player going to ground, a referee not interested. To these players' credit, straight back up. Possession kept for Ortred. Playing it wide to Paul Parkhouse. The run is ignored. Fox with the left-footed pass to Gallagher, who I'm sure we'll be talking about at some point this evening. Been a bit quiet so far, not a lot for him to do. Paul looking for the return ball to Parkhouse. Darko standing over it, decides just to hoof it long. How will those early substitutions affect Mount Druitt? As for Koskari and Zapata, it's minutes for them, I'm sure they weren't expecting. Hopefully, for their sake, they can get into this game. Get Mount Druitt their first win. For now, it's Balderson looking to play his way, scythe his way through the middle before the heavy challenge. It's Thompson again. He's playing in this defensive mid-roll. Saw the first few defenders get blown away. He was making sure he was getting ball, man, or both. Ball here, spread well. Missio able to hold on to it. Fox going forward. Going out to this left-hand side. Balderson looking for some support. The 1-2 perhaps. Taneski, lovely little ball over the top to Balderson. Wasn't really a shot or a cross. Parkhouse was lurking in the middle. Not to be. Scary on this left-hand side, getting play back underway for Thompson. Raking ball to the right-hand side. Mount Druitt will be happy to hold a little of the football. It's going to be a long 90 minutes for them if they continue just to try and defend. There's Gallagher rising well. Chalakian. Little chop. Parkhouse trying to take it into his stride. Right idea, and the first time ball to free Koskari. Can he find a player in the middle? Not a lot of support. Little chip cross to the back post. Will come to nothing. Manly defenders will need to be aware of their rivals here on the break. Halfway through this first half. Mount Druitt may be happy to play that style of play. Sit deep, hit on the break. Chalakian, a lovely ball to this left-hand side here. Taneski. Can he link up or is he going to go himself? The right foot shot, very similar to Balderson's effort in the first half, flies over the crossbar. Played short from Sally Adair, who now receives the ball. Darko is in space on this left if he wants him. Close playing it short. Thompson. Darko still in tons of space. The left back almost playing as a left winger. Now he's seen the ball a little bit too in field. Paul does well under heavy contact from Darko. Ball to Chalakian, slightly under hit. Mount Druitt again. Happy to play it back to Salahdin. Ball down the right-hand side for Mount Druitt. Looking for the little give and go. It comes off extremely well. The ball inside. The touch. Eluding the first defender, but not the second. It is Boyajian who looks a little dangerous, you would say, for the opposition. Industrious. First little touch, and it's Mount Druitt here. Again on the break. The ball inside for Biagio, and he goes for the shot. There's such thing as a tackle shot. You've just seen it. Ball, you would say, at the feet of the Manly defender. Biagio just wanted it that little bit more. Credit to Dylan Mitchell. He was wary. You see there passes like we talked about last week. Not skidding across the surface as you might expect. Need to be overhit just that little bit more from these players. Ball inside to Balderson. There's a big tackle from Close. Centre back stepping out there to see the danger. For it goes out on that right hand side for Mount Druitt. Potentially a slight issue with the ball here. Maybe from some of those challenges from the players which have been wholehearted. New ball will come into the pitch. We've had some players being substituted. Now the ball. Chalakian wanting it, goes to ground. Lovely dribbling down that right-hand side, but only for a moment. As Manly looking to get underway again, but Balderson not really ready to receive that ball, you have to say. So it falls into the middle of the park. Fox looking for Chalakian, does not find him. Lovely little first touch there to Thompson, who plays it wide. The ball holding up. Mount Druitt to the top of the area. The ball inside, well cut out from the retreating Fox. Ferguson looking for that ball. I believe they have switched. It is now Parkhouse on that left-hand side. We saw this last week. The 1-2 is very effective. Mount Druitt looking to cut it back across. Paul in front of his man gets that away. This time Ferguson content just to boot it out. Chalakian, a smart touch inside to Parkhouse. Goes back to Chalakian. Balderson in space on the right. Chalakian has seen him. Plays it across to Balderson now, who goes inside. Has a ping on his left foot. Close and Thompson, centre back and defensive mid, communicating well for Mount Druitt. Sorting out a lot of those opportunities that look dangerous for Manly. Taneski, as we mentioned, starting a four-glover this week. Can he get on the end of this? It's Chalakian going near post. just past that near post. The home crowd encouraged by a shot at the goal at least. It was Taneski making the run. Chalakian decides that that run is good enough for opening up a bit of space for himself to shoot. Darko, a good first touch. Balderson winning that tackle and winning the throw for Manly though. Ferguson, a little ball into the area. Good idea, but Saliadair alert to it. Holds it cleanly in these greasy conditions. The rain is back, but nothing like what we saw before kickoff. Paul is going to get there after the heavy touch from Mount Druitt. From where? Balderson. We expect nothing less from that man. Winning the ball back. He is playing more as a right mid now. Comes in field to sort that out. Chalakian had drifted out wide. Gives the thumbs up to Balderson. They'll switch back now. Parkhouse, the first time ball. Tomisio. Looking for Taneski. Goes over the top, and Manly maybe now wanting a moment to catch their breath. Balderson particularly wasn't racing inside to look for the second ball, as we've heard Dylan Mitchell talk about so much. Taneski now able to turn. He's going to have a shot from distance. Deflection safely into the hands of Saliadair. Encouragingly for the home side, at least now they are having some shots. The goal kick is scuffed quite badly from Saliadair. Parkhouse looking to play it back inside to Taneski. Appeals for handball, but they are mild into the torso, really, of the defender. Chalakian has Balderson wide, uses him. Paul with the overlapping run. Ignored. Not a lot of movement ahead for Manly. Chalakian, the little 1-2 with Paul. Chalakian appealing for a corner kick, but not with any real conviction. As this pattern of play repeats, Manly with the possession, able to enter their final third, but the last pass or the shot with not enough quality. Mount Druitt may well be happy with how the game's unfolding. Trying to hit on the break. Will they do so again now? Patrick Weir, and a lot of space on this left-hand side. Not found. Of course, it's not Patrick Weir at all. Of course, it's Koskeri, the substitute, who is on the ball now. We'll stay nice and alert to that. Koskeri dribbling inside. 3 Manly defenders are required to handle the situation. They do so now. The ball swung in. It is not sold the commentator a dummy as well. Perhaps would have been best served to go with that right foot. Swung in eventually on the left, out for a goal kick. Ferguson charging through the middle, playing it short to Chalakian. That will be a foul this time. No ball from close. Chalakian straight back up and into it. Balderson cutting inside. Manly certainly looking a lot more direct this week. Chalakian leaves it for Taneski. Very good block, and that challenge is late from Fox. Another game, that might have been the first yellow card, but again, this referee not minding the physicality, does award that correctly as a foul. Manly, Missio and Gallagher looking to sort that out. They do so. Ferguson and Fox are that midfield duo for Manly. Ferguson really the playmaker of the two, you would say. Fox trying to win the ball back. Balderson, touch slow to that one. Ball over the top is read well by Missio, and it is Fox. Outside of his football down the line, looked good. No Manly player on the end of it. If you're just joining us, Mount Druitt were forced into two early substitutions. Looked like two ankle injuries to their players. Zapata and Koskeri, the players coming on. Fernandez and Sato, the men replaced. It's Fox now. He's going to shoot from distance, takes a deflection. Will be an attacking corner for Manly United. Swung in to the back stick. Saleh Adair able to claim that one. Greasy conditions not really affecting either keeper, at least so far. And it's Darko who's released down this left-hand side. Paul looking to track him. Darko's touch is heavy. The ball will run out of play. Dylan Mitchell restarting for Manly, straight down the middle to Fox. Ferguson screaming for it, gets it. Looks up. First touch, bit heavy. It's not particularly flowing for Manly. And now Druitt, happy to counter here. Close charging forward. Hits the turf. Referee says play on. Lovely work here. Buyajian has the shots. Mitchell happy, again, just to palm that down and collect it. All Mount Druitt shots on goal, quite identical. No less alarming, perhaps, for the defence. The energy we saw from that Manly side in the first half an hour, not quite there. Hands on hips. I'm sure these conditions are quite taxing for the players. Maybe they're a bit discouraged that their early possession didn't lead to something greater. Ferguson cutting that out to Chalakian. Parkhouse looking for Balderson. Ball doesn't quite have enough on it. Darko does well to get it away. The header inside though. Inside! The shot going wide. It's a good effort on goal from Ferguson. Started wide and only went further wide. Saleh looking for the short restart and is able to close. He made that fantastic foray into enemy territory, only to be brought down seemingly. Referee didn't find a problem with it. He's back now in his centre-back position. Mount Druitt forced back. Ball inside now. The ball over the top from Thompson. It's clever. Mount Druitt swing this one in first time. Paul trying to deal with it. Doesn't really do so. Koskeri. What did we say earlier? Gentlemen, put the back heel away. It's not been particularly effective so far. Chalakian still feeling that contact. Will come back to him. He is still down. Taneski. That time it is a foul, and that time it will be the first yellow card of the game. Close more or less what you'd expect from a centre-back. If you can't get the ball, at least get the man. It was a dangerous-looking break for Manly. He's going to have to be watchful for the rest of this encounter, though. Particularly if the trend of this game continues, he may be forced to do quite a bit more defending yet. It is Adam Parkhouse, man of the match from last week, standing over this one. Looking for an in-swinging delivery. We assume he won't go direct from this distance, but it is Parkhouse. Swung in. No Manly players really attacking it. Goalkeeper and defender looking at one another, both left it. The free kick wide enough that it doesn't result at a shot on target, but you might have to question, why wasn't there a blue and red jersey looking to attack that one? Darko now. Ball inside, he receives it back. His pass is linking up nicely before Gallagher intervenes. The ball to Ferguson. Balderson on this right-hand side now. Cutting inside, does have Chalakian, wants to spread it wide to Parkhouse. Bleach Blonde gang unite, Parkhouse playing it wide to his fullback. Not quite sure Taneski realised that was Missio's ball. Swings this one in. Defended well. Good little move on that right-hand side for Mount Druitt before the long ball is handled well by Gallagher. He gets the first one. He gets the second one too. Studs were pointed down. Paul trying to escape his man Koskari on this right-hand side. Does so. Paul, will he take on Darko? Darko does extremely well. He's got a lovely, casual sort of style of play, does Darko, about him. Does not look flustered one little bit, and I mean that as a compliment of the highest order. One of the shorter men on the pitch, I think it's fair to say. At no point does he look worried. He was down in his attacking area a moment ago. That ball finds its mark too. Yajian. Before Ortred says anywhere will do. Darko chests it down beautifully. He's not going to be rushed into anything. Ball down the line to Koskari. His ball of a similar quality. Contact was from Gallagher, who's had a little bit of a trim from last week. That challenge in the back. Manly players don't like it, but wasn't ever winning the ball. After letting a few things go early, referee starting to call the fouls and indeed produce that earlier yellow card to close. And I hesitate to say it, but it is a third Mount Druitt player down. He is forced to be replaced. That will mean 3 substitutions in this opening half. Fingers crossed it's not another ankle injury forcing a player off, but the player immediately expressing his discomfort. Teammate asking immediately for the physio. When play does resume, it will be an attacking free kick for Mount Druitt. Can they land the sucker punch right before half-time? Aidan Desmond, the Mount Druitt man in charge. Not even looking at his subs bench, he's looking to someone in the crowd. Not sure if there's a trusted advisor there somewhere. Does have a bit of a smile on his face. There's a very serious matter at hand. Referee and linesman converging. May well be to do with the lightning we can see in the distance. We've had a bit of it early, as we mentioned. That's why the game was so delayed. They are conferring now the safety of the players, the most important thing. Might have gotten word that there's some more on its way. Expertly called, really, by the announcer of all people, as this game was about to get underway, that the thunderstorm was passing. Didn't look like it at the time, but it did indeed. Mount Druitt will be forced into that third sub. Do feel for them it will be Vranic, the man coming on. Let you know who indeed it is being replaced as soon as we can. There's a player with an arm in his jersey.
This is the third substitution from Mount Druitt Town, coming off as number 3, Lachlan Roberts. He's being replaced by number 23, Adrian Vranic.
It's confirmed there by the announcer, Lachlan Roberts, who done some excellent work down that right-hand side for Mount Druitt, forced off. He does not look a well boy at all. That left arm rolled up in his jumper. Meanwhile,
Official has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes at a time. That's 4 minutes.
bit of holding in the box, I think resulting in a Manly free kick. Players standing around, not entirely sure of the decision. 4 minutes of stoppage time. The first half that has threatened to burst into life. Looks like we're going to have a retake of that free kick. Maybe holding from both players. The referee blew his whistle very early. Let's do this one again. It is closed, the centre back, who will swing it in. Ball comes in, low trajectory, up in the air. Mitchell called it, wanted it, got it. Parkhouse charging after it, not able to get there. Very risky kick. Crowd realizing an opportunity missed there perhaps, but it's Mount Druitt on the break. Referee wisely waiting to see if an advantage was accrued, was not forthcoming, and so it will come back. Ferguson not particularly happy with that call. Referee giving him nothing. Mount Druitt again, will it be a set piece? We'll break the deadlock here at Cromer Park. This free kick will be taken a little further back than the previous set piece. Dylan Mitchell eventually gathering that last one. Off the short run, it swung in well. Headed away. Even more ability. Teneski. First touch is very good. There's a man free down the line. It's Balderson. The ball eventually reaches him. Darko grabbing with that right arm a little bit. Balderson, an excellent switch to Parkhouse. Parkhouse on his favoured left foot. The dink cross to the back stick. Good idea, the execution not quite up there. Does, however, reach Balderson. Plays it inside to Paul. The low cross across the face. The first time to Chalakian. The left foot swinging effort past the far post this time. That was Manly's best creative move thus far. Little layoff to Chalakian. There can't be much time left now. The referee, glancing at his watch, continues for now. Ortred dealing with it the first, second and third time for his run. Held up a little bit. The referee sees the contact, plays advantage. And Parkhouse is quick. He's not that quick. Maybe that one could have been brought back by the referee. Enough passes played that the advantage had expired. Saliadair will be forced to go long this time. Chalaki and Wise to the playing out from the back. All eyes on the referee, but play continuing. Wonderful header from Missio. Parkhouse just not able to be first to the ball. Late on in this first half. Mount Druitt this time. What can they do with the advantage? The shot coming in. The dive for show from Dylan Mitchell. And that will be that first half here. We're grateful that we got play underway. It is Manly 0, Mount Druitt Town Rangers 0.
And ladies and gentlemen, coming into the field is the Manly United under-11s from the SAP. They're going to play a game for you during this halftime break. Enjoy.
Not one of the more fearsome fouls we've seen today, but Mount Druitt looking to go through on goal. Maybe the positioning influencing the referee's decision. Close, the centre-back. You'd normally expect to be in the box, both offensively and defensively. In this case, looking for a header on goal. He's not one of the taller players. Reading the play brilliantly there in his centre-back position. Swings this one in, doesn't beat the first man, the ball on the ground. A bit messy. Taneski doing extremely well to hold off Darko. The referee has called a foul. Can Mount Druitt take advantage of that decision? Not just yet. Gomez forced back. A crowd like that. But again, it's Manly that will need to force the play. As the ball goes all the way back to Saliader. Yajian and Darko linking up well. This time the foul going the other way. Not sure if that was for contact or a dive. All players looking anxiously at the referee when these decisions are being given. Dylan Mitchell had a few saves to make in the first half. All straight at him. But in these slippery conditions, handled himself quite well. No pass out from the back this time. Ball goes long. Immediately yells second ball after he's pumped it. Balderson it was, not leaping high enough. A lot of anticipation around Cromer Park right now. The weight of possession might be expecting that they'd be on the scoreboard by now, not to be, as that ball from Paul going well over the top. Chimble goes long now. Well read from Michio to Gallagher, back to Michio. It's a bit better from Manly. Vranic can tell that he's fresh. Looking to pressure Gallagher. Plays it inside. Ferguson spreads it to Fox. It's a little bit more advanced than he might like to be. He drops back. Paul comes forward. Back to Ferguson. Under a bit of pressure. In fact, Paul higher up there. It's Ortred who is getting further forward. It is quite a high line from Manly. Fox with all ball. Shalakian playing it. A lovely ball into Taneski. And it's a penalty for Manly United. Bit of afters as well. Taneski wants nothing to do with it. He runs away. He's feeling it a little bit from that challenge. Wondered if the defender may have got a little bit of the ball. Referee points to the spot. No real complaints from Mount Druitt. Who will the penalty taker be? Chalakian. Are we surprised at all if there's one man in this pitch that is always looking to step up to the plate? It is Brendan Chalakian up against Saliader. Fingertips in the mouths of the fans here. Can Manly break the deadlock at Cromer Park? Chalakian steps up. Drills it into the bottom left-hand side perfectly. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Manly United have got themselves a goal scorer other than Gallagher. It's Chalakian, and it's 1-0 to Manly United. Of course, that goal is going to force Mount Druitt to look to attack a little bit more. Circumstances of this game might have led them to have been happy with an away point. Not an option, obviously, for them anymore. And it's Ferguson here with a heavy challenge. Some of the Mount Druitt players protesting, unhappy that they wasn't more than just a foul against Ferguson. But it is just that. No yellow card for Dom just yet. Mount Druitt be sparked into life through that goal. Ramon playing it inside. Receives it back now. The little ball through. Chalakian reads it well, clears it out. Gomez was looking to run onto the end of that one. Doesn't work out for Mount Druitt. After winning that penalty, Taneski clearly wanting more from his players. 1-0 is a dangerous scoreline. Balderson looking for Parkhouse. It doesn't find him, but Taneski's running onto the end of it. Brilliantly done, really, by Saliadair. Had to go early, did, punches it clear. Down the line to Ferguson. To Parkhouse. Wanting to get onto that left foot, unable to do so. Goes back to Mishio, who goes inside for Fox. Fox will be forced to go back to Ferguson. Chalakian might hold on to this one. Gets his head up now. Out wide to Balderson. Will he swing this one in? Cuts inside. Back to Ferguson, who looks for the ball to Paul. Paul will have had to have started that run a lot earlier to get on the end of it. We certainly won't even see a hint of any time wasting from Mount Druitt. So they get play underway. Ferguson slipping in the rain. Mount Druitt. Manly conceded an equaliser against Sydney FC within a minute last week. FC not wanting the quick response from the opposition this week. Thompson. Ball falls to Gallagher. Gets it away. Darko leaps brilliantly to get the ball, but it does fall to Ferguson. Darko then leading with a challenge afterwards. The referee seeing that, realising it was not a contest for the ball whatsoever. Only looking to take him out was Ferguson, and those two have had a good little battle. Might not have expected it, considering their positioning. Darko potentially a little frustrated. Mount Druitt would have loved that 0-0, maybe even stealing a 1-0. It did look dangerous on the break so many times in the first half. No substitutes remaining. Got a lot more work to do. Ball not really aimed at anyone in particular. Darko playing that ball into touch. The Manly fans on the far side letting him know all about it. Fox to Ferguson. Out to Mishio. Parkhouse with a 1-2. That's very well done from the home side. Parkhouse now has the quality of the cross to the back stick. The shot from Balderson on target. Saliadair does very well, but Manly will have a corner. It's more of what we expect from Parkhouse. Manly maintaining their record of scoring in every game of theirs so far. If the goals conceded keep going down by one, they'll be happy. Here's Parkhouse swinging this one in, straight into the face of Balderson, really. Protest of handball, not given. Good fair contest, but it's Vranic on the break against Mishio. Mishio is going to try and do everything just to hold him up. Vranic. Mishio wins that so well. but he's going to call it back for what was an earlier foul. The fans won't like this one bit. Was a little bit of grabbing earlier on. I believe Michio is aware. When he eventually won the ball, there was nothing wrong with that. It was the earlier holding. Bit of a grab on the arm. Once again, the Mount Druitt players will say, why is that not a yellow card? Gomez standing over this one. Mount Druitt, having only played the one game before this so far, yet to open their scoring. A big moment for them scoring in the top flight. The ball floated in. Half-hearted clearance. The shot is extremely well closed down by Fox. Just say that was at the very least on target. Joe Fox sprinting out to stop that one. Gomez on this set piece as well. Chipped in. Does find the head of a Mount Druitt player. And then the feet. The scramble is in. Surely that's crossed the line. Indeed it has. And there is Mount Druitt's first goal in the top flight. The lads in yellow and green delighted. It wasn't pretty, but they won't mind one bit. With all the chance from Manly of winning the second ball, did not happen for them. Can't quite see who it was that bundled that in. There were bodies everywhere. In a way, it does not matter as much as that goal on the score sheet. Yellow card now coming, I believe, for the Mount Druitt manager, Aiden Desmond, potentially.
Got it, Mount Druitt. Goal scorer number 15, Cooper Cascari.
The sub, Cascari, the man on the score sheet. Thank you very much again, ground announcer. He's got that position a little further along. Can always rely on him. Cascari, the substitute. Did not maybe even think he was going to be playing tonight. Certainly not as many minutes as he did. Now he's got Mount Druitt's opener this season. Paul took a bit of contact. We're going to throw this game now, of course, at 1-1. Balderson out to Paul. Cross not quite good enough. Ferguson underneath it. It's a call of high boot, but looked really waist height at best. Very brave from the Mount Druitt player to get in there and try and head that ball. Nothing wrong, in my opinion, anyway, from both players. More than entitled to try and kick it when it's where your legs are. If you're going to stoop in and head it, you've got to be prepared to accept what happens there as well. That all said, the well-being of the player, the most important thing here. Well, Mount Druitt don't have any subs left. We'll take a moment to make sure that that player is okay. Let's just take a moment to dwell again on Cooper Cascari. Starting tonight on the bench, scramble in the area, gets the finish. Mount Druitt. Self-belief in this team, very evident. A lot of other teams may well have given up. So we're going to see a substitute with Balderson coming off. Pendurovic coming on.
Substitution for Manly United. Coming off the field is number 13, Scott Balderson. He's been replaced by number 14, Dejan Pendurovic.
Balderson applauding the fans here, who after 5 or so minutes of joy went eerily silent as that ball went in. A little bit of confusion, not just with the amount of bodies in the box, but also whether the ball had crossed the line. Clearly had. But to have that official on the spot to make sure of it. 1-1 in this second half. Close talking with the referee. I think the referee has done the right thing there. Again, you want the players going for the ball. You certainly want them to be allowed to kick it when it's around or below waist height. Thompson, it was stooping in to try and head that ball. That is his prerogative. This play restarts. Saliadair. Up to Vranic. Zapata with a left-footed strike. Over the crossbar. Any attacking move from Mount Druitt? This crowd are not saying a word. Everyone on the edge of their seats. I wouldn't quite say expectant, but at the very least perturbed. Ball up to Taneski. He's certainly going for the second ball. Chasing down Saliadair. Attempted header. Michio this time, finding Chalakian. Holds off the challenge and gets it to Parkhouse. Men at the top of the box if he wants them. One of them is Chalakian on his right foot. The shot in! What a brilliant finish from Chalakian! He runs to the crowd. He says, "That's what I can do." An absolute belter into the far post. It had power. It had curve. Most importantly, it had accuracy. Manly United leading 2-1.
What a goal to number 10, Brendan Chalakian. And that's the score, Manly United 2, now Druitt FC 1.
After scoring the penalty, that is, of course, Chalakian's second goal of the evening. Tying now with Sam Gallagher for leading goal scorer. The quality of that goal was superb. Privileged to watch this football. The NPL New South Wales men's. It's Pendurovic now. Playing it back to Ferguson. Out to Missio. Would love to tell you who he was aiming for there. Maybe the run of Chalakian, that he was coming short. Parkhouse even shorter on the left-hand side. Never mind. Thompson, who looks okay after that head knock. Ferguson with a big tackle. He did win the ball, but he did also have studs over the ball. It's going to be a yellow card. Initial protest. I think he realizes, though his intentions were good, can't go in like that, not anymore. Manager Paul D probably won't mind that too much. That's what he wants his defensive mids doing. Trying to win that ball back, and he did so. Just a little too aggressively in the eyes of the referee. Close, standing over this one. Plays it short before trying to go wide. That one just stands up, really. Pendurovic. Darko does do very well. Shepherds him, really. Just to make sure he wins that ball. Gallagher deals with this one. It will be a corner for Mount Druitt. Of course, it was a corner last time. It had the travelling contingent here. Delighted. Manly on their end will be looking to tighten up shop a little more. Jordan Gomez standing over this set piece again. His delivery was decent last time, but it was more the lack of communication. You could have heard a pin drop on the field and in the stands from that last set piece. This one will go as far as Thompson. Missio winning the ball, but also with a bit of player contact as well. does have the best position out of any of us here on the sideline. Go with his expertise. Thankfully, for Mount Druitt, they do still have all their players on the pitch. We'll see whether that unscheduled week's rest make sure that they can see out the rest of this game with 11 men. Will it be the hard work of the preseason of Manly United? I can see them through. It is 2-1 to Manly. Sub to be made, but not just yet. Swung in from Gomez. The flick on header. And it's level all again. I want to say that is Nick Trimble on the far side of this ground. He rose highest. And it's set pieces, the undoing for Manly. But credit to Mount Druitt, finding a way to stay in this game. 2-2. Taneski coming off for Jamie Glover. A like-for-like substitution. After starting the last 2 weeks, Glover will be taking us underway from the restart. Full credit to Mount Druitt here.
Number 12, Nicholas Trimble. Scorers, Man United 2, Druitt Town Rangers 2. And the substitution for Man United coming off the field was number 9, Nicola Taneski. And he's replaced by number 22, Jamie Glover.
There's Glover now on the ball. Good first touch into Parkhouse. Under heavy pressure, but the referee deeming it to be legal pressure. Down to Pendurovic. Tries for the give and go, but Darko's held him up. He is on a yellow card, remember. And the calls are for the second yellow. Darko, that really is going to be his last chance. Wonder if the referee will say that much to him now. No words exchanged. Just the free kick for Manly. He swung in from Adam Parkhouse. It's high to the back stick. Comes back in. And there is a player down at the back stick, yet again for Mount Druitt. Maybe a bit of a head clash. Blake Thompson, the pivot of that midfield, imploring his Mount Druitt side to keep running. Still 20 minutes of it really to go. Wisely, Mount Druitt players will take on some fluids. If I'm not mistaken, it is the 5th time a Mount Druitt player has gone down and received treatment. 3 times in the first half, 4-3 eventual subs. And it was that man, Thompson, who went down. And now, for the 5th occasion. Of course, the referee, very wisely, bringing play to a halt whenever you see that head injury. Any potential concussion or gash or the like needs to be addressed immediately. Thankfully for him and for Mount Druitt, he is up and walking about. So he makes his way to the sideline. Sully Adair will be forced to restart play a man down. Ball up to Vranic, does not reach him. It's Mamone, the player that was felled by that blow to his head. All good now. Mount Druitt looking dangerous. Michio's tackle falls to the man on the edge of the area. The shot tipped over, I believe, by Dylan Mitchell, resulting in another corner here for the travelling side. Jordan Gomez's delivery has been pinpoint, you have to say. All those players surrounding Dylan Mitchell, one of the reasons he's unable to get to it. The same again here. Reaches the back stick. Peels from the Mount Druitt players, but it will be a goal kick. Dylan Mitchell wanting to restart. Mount Druitt wary. That said, Ortrad is positioned well to restart play for Manly. Down the line to Paul. Glover the first time to Pandurovic. Heavy contact, but it's shoulder to shoulder. Ferguson now. Paul down the line. Takes his man on and does well. Has the delivery. It's to the top of the box. Chalakian. He is on a hat-trick. Not his moment just now. Plays it out. Missio, Fox. With time and space. The shots. Saved well the follow-up. Chalakian on a hat-trick. The flag stays down from the player. And it's Sally Adair who's gone down after kicking that ball forward. I didn't see a Manly player immediately in his vicinity. Could have been wrong, of course. All of us here following our eyes with the ball, wondering where the delivery was going, and all of a sudden you hear a yell. Sally Adair, was there late contact? Corner of my eye, it did not appear that there was any particular danger. Yellow card does come out. And it's to Jamie Glover. No doubt you at home able to go back and watch a little replay, skip back in the action. Have a better view of that than I did. I do apologise to Sally Adair if there was indeed contact, a foul afterwards. Jamie Glover not afraid to get in amongst it. After conferring with his fellow official, the referee, handing out that yellow card. Thankfully, Sally Adair looks absolutely fine getting that play underway. Mount Druitt really are first to the ball in this midfield. Lovely little feet. Zapata. The shot from distance has a bit of dip, but it does go wide, hitting the post, but of course the post supporting the post. Late contact there from Boyajian. That's going to be another yellow card. Not sure if that ball was going to find feet, but the referee blowing his whistle almost straight away. And it's these little breaks in momentum surely favour the away side. We talked about they would be happy with potentially a 0-0 or stealing an away win. With the way this game has unfolded, with injuries forcing early substitutions, their first point of the season, more precious than gold, I'm sure. Michio into Glover. The Ferguson first-time ball to Parkhouse is lovely. It's not a handball, that's off the chest from Parkhouse. Deemed a handball. Once again, go with the referee's decision there. He is the best place to make the call. From my spot up here, it did look like off the thigh. If it was off the arm, it was incidental, but never mind. We move on. Mount Druitt immediately up the other end of the field. Ball into Zapata, the first time ball back wide. The contact though, not good enough. We'll roll out for a goal kick. Be another substitution here. Of course, Manly's final one of the game. Parkhouse runs off to thunderous applause. Benjamin Mendy. Sorry, Charles Mendy. Been watching too much European football. Benjamin Mendy. Let's see if he has that class quality on him. Charles Mendy, rather. Who admittedly looked a little laboured last week, as noticed by a few of the travelling contingent. The home fans, it was those away Sydney FC fans that were mocking really the strapping on Mendy. That strapping is off this week. Ferguson gets the call of man on for about 10 members of the crowd. The ball lands to Yadijan, but immediately turned over. No moment to think for the players on the pitch, or indeed us here watching. Played out wide to Penderovic. It's got Paul making the overlapping run. Doesn't use him. Needed to play that early if he wanted to find the feet. It did fall to Paul. But under then, a lot more pressure. Imposing figure of Charles Mendy in the area. Like for like swap with Adam Parkhouse on that left side of midfield. Paul and Penderovic. Penderovic! Little rainbow turn. Draws the foul. It is another foul. So that man Darko, who we said one more, he might find himself in a lot of trouble. Chalakian standing over this set piece for Manly United. Swung in. Ball found Fox. And goes back out to Chalakian. Argument that it might have crossed for a goal kick. It matters not as it lands safely in the hands of Saliadair. Missio winning the header. It'll be a Mount Druitt throw. Orchard, I believe, saying there was some contact. It wasn't heavy enough for a foul. Mamone, it was with a pass into Zapata. Zapata not happy with it at all. Mendy giving that one up. It is fast and frenetic here at Cromer Park. Ferguson playing it into a dangerous area. No Manly player reading the ball's trajectory. That's well done though. Chalakian. First touch, just needed to get it under control, was unable to do so. As Manly go in search of a winner, will it be a different result up the other end? Mount Druitt. Their attacking mids have linked up quite well. Maybe mostly in that first half, but then it was the second pieces in the second half that have done the damage. It's Mendy who's sent away from Chalakian. His touches good enough to get a shot on target. A shot without any real conviction means play can be restarted. This is as much atmosphere as we've heard so far this season at Cromer Park. Home fans had the lead twice in this match, only for it to be brought back twice. Scary it was on the end of it and starting it. Doesn't come to anything. End-to-end stuff here. The home ground of Manly United. Mendy. Silences Mendy, goes on the ball. Goes a little step over. The tackle though, very well done from Mamone, who's looking to stretch it out. No doubt a little bit fatigued. That is yet another stoppage here. Sam Gallagher saying it's not a head clash. Of course, if he is indeed feeling that cramp, you do feel for him. Mamone has gotten through a heck of a lot of work. That's Paul D now. He doesn't often get too animated on that touchline, but you saw him have one or two words. Mendy wanting the ball to come with him. It does not. Gallagher. It's been a bit quieter in this third game of the season for Manly United. Heads it. And this throw is apart into Vranic. Gets past his man. The advantage paid. Mount Druitt. The shot on goal. The block from Paul. And the follow-up just as good. Kaskeri on that left-hand side has been a treat to watch this evening. Orchard making sure no one gets through there. Mendy on the chest. Tries to go down the line. Will win the throw. Throws it back to Ferguson. He's got space on this right-hand side. Sees the man in Paul. And Pendurovic, in fact. Paul not offering the run this time, maybe after being ignored that last time. So it's Pendurovic to take up the attack. Plays it inside. Offside not given. The ball runs on. Back to Pendurovic! Didn't see the flag come up initially, I admit. The flag is down now. Whether it came up during that play, again, probably best left to you, the viewer, because has been decided, adjudicated by the referee with his official, that there was an offside in there. To accept my apologies. Both eyes glued on this absorbing encounter. Glover read that. FIFA 19-esque deflection unfortunately means unable to get possession back. Vranic this time. Looked like he might have been offside. It's not given. The ball through on goal. Fantastic running back from Kieran Paul. Goodness gracious me, this game is alight as we approach the closing minutes of regular time. It feels like we're destined to have a winner here at Cromer Park. The big question is, which way will it go? Dylan Mitchell is less crowded than he has been. Swung in from Gomez. Goes a bit deeper. Finds the head of Trimble. He's not able to add to his or his team's tally. The score stays at 2-2. So thank you for joining us here late on a Saturday evening. The NPL New South Wales men's. Certainly, I was going to say getting what you paid for, of course. This stream live and free. We'll just say then you're getting more than what you've paid for. Brilliant to have every single game live streamed. Those replays available on YouTube for you as well. Bit more hush here. Pendurovic on the ball. Appeal for handball, not given. Manly will get the throw, however. Glover into the back of Close. Four minutes of stoppage time will be signalled. Perhaps thought that there were going to be a few more with all the stoppages we have had. 4 it is. Gallagher retreating here. Does well to play it back to Mitchell. Mendy leaps high, doesn't get there. It's going to be the player again. Mamone, who's down. The foul is awarded to Manly United, and Mamone is down. Referee once again stopping play. The Manly players not happy about that one bit. Turns out that he's not doing okay. Again, has run himself into the ground, and yet just hope that this time is being added on to the end of this encounter. Only the 4 minutes. If we started late at Cromer Park tonight, we're finishing even later. does raise an interesting proposition, or position rather, for this referee, with no substitutes to be made. Assume feels compelled to stop play, and yet these aren't serious or head injuries. At the referee's discretion, perhaps, was courteous when adding on the time at the end of the first half. Let's hope it happens again here. We want our full game here at Chroma. It's Missio. Into Mendy. Call is getting his face. Doesn't get in his face. Does force him into a turnover. Goes to Paul. First time ball to Fox is wise to Pendurovic, who swings that into the middle. Well met, though, by Trimble, who has done well in difficult circumstances. The ball is played wide to no one. That's a sign of Mount Druitt being happy with the score. That's how I'm going to read it. That's Gallagher now. Outside of the right foot, falls to no one. And Mount Druitt here with a bit of an overload. The no-looker. Into the feet of the forward man. It's the right idea. That was a good moment there for Mount Druitt, you have to say. 6 members forward for Manly. This ball is forward to Pendurovic. The flag staying down this time. Pendurovic looking in field, happy to run at his man. Goes onto that right foot. Plays it back across. It is very well read, though, from Saliadair, who got down low and early. Made sure didn't reach a defender or attacker. Only a few minutes of action left here tonight. Ball is pumped long up towards Vranic. Instead of finds Gallagher. Fox leaping, able to use the body to get it to Ferguson. Mendy. Thought that could have been his moment. It's not to be. Saliadair falling to ground there will draw some cries from the fans, but you see that all around the world. Goalkeeper able to take his 6 seconds. And it's Zapata. Again, not really shooting or passing to Vranic, a bit of in between. If Manly could hold on here, Mount Druitt could hold on for 2-2 here. They will be the ones that are delighted. Manly, after leading twice, not so much. Pressure there from Mishio forces the turnover. Glover. His touch to Mendy. Not good enough, and yet Mendy as well, not aware, not supposing that ball might even come to him. It's these little guesses, these moments where you need to anticipate. Ball up to Vranic, does not find him. Is Missio. Orchard, Gallagher, back to Dylan Mitchell. Must feel like he's had a rough night. Not because he's had a lot to do, but in that couldn't have done a lot with the 2 goals that went in. Not over just yet though, Chalakian. Running at the defence, playing it wide to Paul. Numbers in the middle for Manly. Pendurovic to Mendy. Leaves it. Missio on his left foot. The ball back inside. Once again, Saliadair is the one who is reading it more accurately, as we see. I see it. A player onto the ground. It's Koskeri this time. Referee does not stop play this time. Saliadair says anywhere will do. Manly just lacking that little bit of conviction when they're in that attacking third. Second guessing themselves. Credit to Saliadair. Fox under a lot of pressure. That's a foul. Surely this time it's blown. They want the advantage. Ferguson. Been trying to run that show tonight. Referee says this is the intermission. This may well be the last chance for Manly, the crowd. Some of them on their feet. Chalakian swings it in. Gallagher wanted to make it 3 in 3 weeks. A pulsating encounter here at Chroma Park. Manly United taking the lead twice before Mount Druitt Town Rangers pegged them back twice. That means it finishes here 2-2.
The next home game for Manly United.